Hello and welcome to the British Sitcom History Podcast. It's a little inter-series special here. We've got a quiz.
Yay!
My name is Alan. With me, as always, is Gareth.
Hello!
Right, Gareth. So this is our now tradition, because we've done it twice, to look back on the series we've just done, so the 6 shows we've looked at, and do a bit of a trivia dive into them to test how much you've remembered.
It's a tradition I'm not keen on. Long-time listeners may recall that I got a little bit cross last series quiz because I can't remember anything, and I found the whole thing very frustrating.
Frustrated by your own brain.
Yeah. Yeah, which I think, I'm 12 months older now, so it's only going to be worse, isn't it? Oh, and sorry, I have written a couple of questions for you as well. So, if
don't test
I
me.
can turn the tables a little bit, perhaps.
Let's not highlight those failings.
Oh, you're the only one bringing any credibility to this enterprise. I don't want to start popping that bubble.
I know a lot when I've done the research. I've got it written in front of me. Okay, so basically last time we did this, anyone who was familiar with our previous quiz, one of the things I did, which I really enjoyed, so I've just repeated it, is finding clips of the actors involved in the shows we looked at, finding clips of them singing. And then I will play these songs to you, and you will try and identify who they are. Obviously, some of them are a bit more.
I love this round because this is not something you've told me before, so it's not a memory test.
Yeah, exactly. So here is number 1. One of our sitcom stars singing a song. Who is this?
Tobacco, tobacco, I hate you, I do. Like Venus I'd look if it wasn't for you. But I'll give up the
sounds like the Wizard of
habit,
Oz.
I will even yet, when I've had just one more cigarette.
Ah, lovely kids song about smoking.
There you go.
No, that dates it, doesn't it? Because it's a lovely song about cigarettes. Well, look, I'm going to guess that that's Esma Cannon from The Rag Trade.
Oh, that is incorrect, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, it sounded old-timey music hall type thing.
Yeah, Esma Cannon's a little bit more high-pitched, I think.
Yeah, you might be right.
That's a very gravelly...
Did I have the right programme? Was it a Rag Trade actor?
Yes.
Is it Sheila Hancock?
It was Sheila Hancock, yes.
Oh, wow.
So that was Sheila Hancock in 1963.
And what was that? Was that a cigarette advert?
No, that's a song. It's a novelty song in the way that people who were in sitcoms at the time did, and called "My Last Cigarette." And the nature of the song is she's setting out all the terrible things about smoking, that it makes you smell and your fingers are yellow and all that sort of thing, and that she's going to quit just after one more cigarette. No, that's the joke, really, and it's.
I see.
Okay, well, I'm afraid you let yourself down on that one.
I feel like I've let you everyone down.
But let's have a look. What comes next? Let's have something a little bit different.
I do not care if that day arrives. That dream may never be.
I got an idea in my head there, which I'm not sure if it's right, but I couldn't get it out of my head. Is it a child actor, Nicholas Lyndhurst?
I love the theory. Absolutely nowhere near correct.
No, I kind of thought, this is what happened in my head, that sounds a bit like Nicholas Lyndhurst. No, of course it's not. Nicholas Lyndhurst. And I couldn't think of anything else. No, go on. You're going to have to tell me. I don't know who that is.
It's a tough one because it's just an insipid sort of jazz song. It's not got a lot of personality in it, so you're not getting much of that, and it's not a particularly distinctive voice. That is Mina Anwar.
Oh, really?
The Thin Blue Line, yes. That song is My Ship from Lady in the Dark. That was a tough one. One of the tougher ones.
That was a tough one. No, you know what? I mean, I can't even hear it the second time around. I can't pull her out of that, but yeah.
All right, next one. This is a bit more of a distinctive accent.
I'm getting tired of the city, all the noise and the mess. Want a new beginning and a new address. Why don't we run away to somewhere where the birds still sing?
Is it John Chalice?
So you have identified that it is the theme tune to Green Green Grass. Well, let me tell you this. The person who is singing that theme tune is also the person who wrote the theme tune.
John Sullivan.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. John Sullivan, of course, who sang, through strange circumstances, the theme tune to Only Fools and Horses that he wrote. And so they repeated that with Green Green Grass, the spin-off. But yes, that one was John Sullivan. Bit of a wild card there.
I knew it wasn't John Chalice. That's all I had.
All right, let's have another one here.
There is a house in New Orleans. Let's go the rising sun. It's for Bri.
Is that one of the In-Betweeners?
Yes.
Was it James Buckley?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yes! Yes!
Yes, that's James Buckley, just taken from one of his vlogs, where he's just sort of hanging around in his house with his wife.
Oh, he's a twitcher.
Well, let's not get personal about it. But all right. Well done. You actually got one properly.
I don't think we need to keep score. It's not really about the points, is it? It's about the laugh, it's about the fun, it's about the buzz.
All right, let's do one more before we just have some more straightforward questions. Yeah, let's have a go at this one.
So a job I'm getting possibly, I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me, what bonuses he'll make to me. I start at 8 and finish late at normal rate and over. Wait, I think I'd better think it out again.
That's very old-fashioned. Right, well, I think it's Leonard Pierce, because he's got that kind of gravel to his voice, but presumably as a much younger man.
I totally hear what you're getting there. It's wrong.
But it's wrong.
But it is I understand. And you can see Leonard Pierce as a Fagin.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. Yes. Incorrect, though, I'm afraid. That was Rowan Atkinson.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a bit high-pitched, wasn't it? Really? I'm genuinely shocked.
Yes, Rowan Atkinson, about 2009-10, I think it was. He did that for a while. He did the old Oliver for a bit. Okay, that's the first element of our singing round. We're going to move on to some.
I think
more.
that went very well, Alan. That went great.
Do that what you think? Perhaps we should listen back.
It's not about how I did. It's about the entertainment factor for our listeners.
Yeah, of course. And they play along at home. So our next round is called Only Connect.
Oh, I like Only Connect.
It's a brand new quiz of my invention. So it's not as complicated as Only Connect, I'm afraid. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a list of things. You tell me what they have in common.
Go for it.
Right, so the first list are all characters from the sitcoms that we watched. What do they have in common? Okay, so here's the list. Basil Fawlty, Manuel, D.I. Derek Grimm, P.C. Frank Gladstone, Sidney Lumsden, Grandad Trotter, and Boise.
It's not spin-offs, because I thought that was Boise. Is it something to do with age? They're all playing older? No. They've not all been in EastEnders. I'm just going down the list thinking, what was that one done?
I like your theory. Okay, it's a physical thing that they all have in common.
Are they all left-handed?
No, but I like it.
Hang on a minute. I've got it. They all wear moustaches.
They all wear moustaches. Yes, well done. Very good. They've got moustaches. Yes.
All right, so that's the level we're operating at. It's just
there's a variety of different things. Okay, so the next one is a list of sitcom actors again, and then I'm going to give you some further information with them, which is going to hopefully tell you the answer. Now, I've pulled in a couple of people from our last series here as well, just to pad this one out because there's too many names. Okay, so listen to this list. What's the connection between all these people? Doreen Mantle, Death of a Salesman. Francis de la Tour, Duet for One. Rowan Atkinson in Review. Francis de la Tour, A Moon from the Misbegotten. David Haig, Our Country's Good. Francis de la Tour, again, When She Danced. Ben Elton, Popcorn.
Yeah.
James Dreyfus, Lady in the Dark. Sheila Hancock, Cabaret.
Right, I think this is all Tony Award winners. Oh, no, sorry, Olivier Award winners, because we live in England,
yes.
North America. But I had the right idea, right?
Yes, that is correct. Those are the winners of Olivier Awards, and they're in chronological order.
Oh, really? So Sheila Hancock was more recent then?
Yes, her win was for Cabaret in 2007, which would have been a supporting one. That was a whole range of different awards there. Actor, acting, performance. Obviously, the Ben Elton one was... I think Popcorn won Best New Writing or Best New Play or something like that,
Okay.
but his was the name on the award, I think. So.
I think I did remember that one from, because we talked about that certainly when we talked about Rising Damp and also Thin Blue Line with David Haig.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so this next one, bit of a long list. So I'm just going to rattle them off and just see what it means to you. Okay, I'm going to give you a name of a sitcom actor, and these are all actors from our shows that we looked at, and a year. So see what it means to you. Sheila Hancock, 1974. Miriam Carlin, 1975. Ronnie Corbett, 1978. Prunella Scales, 92. David Jason, 93. Barbara Windsor, 2000. John Sullivan, 2005. David Jason, 2005, Rudolph Walker, 2006, Sheila Hancock, 2011, Howard Goodall, 2011, Ronnie Corbett, 2012, Rowan Atkinson, 2013, David Haig, 2013, Tony Robinson, 2013, Barbara Windsor, 2016, Rudolph Walker, 2020, Sheila Hancock, 2021.
Oh my goodness. I thought I had it, but then I'll tell you what I thought it was. I thought it was appearances on This Is Your Life.
All right, yeah.
But that stopped quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of people in there. There's a couple of people in there more than once.
That's correct.
Okay, is it this? Is it they got an award in the Queen's Honours list, like an MBE or something?
That is exactly correct. Well done. I thought I might have to give you a bit more of a clue there.
Because I know you can get more than one.
You certainly can, yeah. And so I was going to go with a clue of like, John Cleese would be on this list, but he turned it all down, and there's a few others who turned it down. But so that is the year they received some sort of honour, OBE, MBE, knighthood in some cases. So yes, that is why. So Sheila Hancock got an OBE in 74, CBE 2011, and became a dame in 2021.
It's all nonsense, isn't it? I have a bit of a thing about the honours system. Like, it all seems too random to me. I want to know what have you got to do? What's the threshold to get your M's, your O's, your K's?
And I have it on good authority from the media that Ronnie Corbett was going to get knighted, but then he died.
That's careless. Before we move on to the next round, one of the questions I had about Ben Elton.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I've got in front of me a list of everything that Ben Elton's ever done. And what I want you to do is to name me for 1.1, for 2 points, 3 Ben Elton musicals.
Oh, God. We Will Rock You.
Yep.
Right, I'm done. But no,
You just asked me who won an Olivier for it.
Popcorn.
Yep.
I'm thinking that as a straight play, yeah.
Maybe it is. I'm not sure. Well, forget musical. Let's say, theatrical production. So you got We Will Rock You,
right.
Popcorn.
There's probably been... Maybe Baby?
No.
I'm sure they've done a play of that.
What's the one that was on in the West End that was about to launch before the pandemic started?
Oh, Upstart Crow.
Yes. So you got your 2 points. Yeah, well done. So the theatrical productions he's had are Gasping, Silly Cow, Popcorn, Blast from the Past, The Beautiful Game, We Will Rock You, Tonight's the Night, Love Never Dies, and The Upstart Crow. Interestingly, The Upstart Crow, not Upstart Crow.
Yeah. So the Silly Cow, that had Don French in it, and it also featured Kevin Allen.
Oh yeah, from Off of the Thin Blue Line.
From Off of the Thin Blue Line.
A detective constable in the first series.
I think that's where they first worked together.
All right, I've got more Ben Elton questions. Can you name me 3 Ben Elton sitcoms? That's easier, sure.
Yes. Young Ones, Blackadder, Thin Blue Line, The Right Way. That one with Ardal O'Hanlon didn't do very well. Upstart Crow. Filthy Rich and Cat Flap.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Families.
I don't think that's a sitcom, but yes. You're right. Okay, last one. Can you give me 3 Ben Elton novels?
Yeah, surely. Stark, Gridlocked, Dead Famous.
Yes.
Popcorn, Maybe Baby.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Maybe Baby wasn't a novel. That was a film.
No, was it just it must have been a play first.
It's just here on this list. It's only a film.
Okay.
Let me read these novels to you then. So Stark... Not going to read the novels to you. Let me read the list. Stark, Gridlock, The Other Eden, Popcorn, Blast from the Past, Inconceivable, Dead Famous, High Society, Past Mortem, The first Casualty.
There you go. Maybe Baby was an adaptation of Inconceivable, I think.
Ah, yes, you're right, yes. Okay, so Chart Throb, Blind Faith, Meltdown, Two Brothers, Time and Time Again, Identity Crisis. There you go, that's the full list.
I think Chart Throb might be the last one I read.
He's a very prolific guy, isn't he? I mean, I know that's nearly 40 years, that period, but, the guy churns them out.
Yeah, I don't think churns them out is quite fair.
Sorry, that was a lot more disparaging than I intended it to be. My point was he's very prolific, he's a good worker. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, Simon Brett churns out detective novels at 2 a year. But, it's a different story.
Play me some more songs.
Okay, yeah, all right. Let's get some more singing in here. Let's see where we're at here. Have a crack on this one.
She says to her every morning, she's only one life to live. So I went down in, let's let the sun in, and we'll be jumping the river.
Is that James Dreyfus?
It is James Dreyfus. That is James Dreyfus in Lady in the Dark, which he won the Olivier Award for.
I mean, that speculation was purely that it sounded a bit show-tuney.
Yeah. How dare you? So that was the performance he won the Olivier Award for. Same musical, when we heard Mina Anwar singing earlier, that was a song from Lady in the Dark as well, just coincidentally. But that clip I found on YouTube was from him performing it in 1997 or 8 or whenever it was.
Okay.
And it was obviously just someone who's taken a camcorder in to the auditorium and filmed a bit of it. So that's why the sound quality is quite poor.
Right.
But there you go. It's preserved for history. Okay, well done. You actually got that one.
Don't patronise me.
Okay, have a crack on this one.
The ceiling's coming down, and we never even knew. We've been too busy doing what we thought we ought to do, as we wander through this life of art. The ceiling's coming down.
I know exactly who that is. Miriam Carlin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well done. So, yes, that was Miriam Carlin singing The Ceiling's Coming Down.
That was very distinctive, actually. Aside from the fact that my memory's terrible, that was very obviously her.
Yeah. And that's the musical Things Ain't What They Used to Be that I mentioned in our Reg Trade episode, in fact, if you remember. Because quite a few other people had been in it, like Barbara Windsor had been in it, and it was kind of a Cockney, working class Cockney's musical, and the Rag Trade was something of a spiritual successor to it.
Yeah.
So well done, another one you got. Here's the next. Let's see how you go with this one.
I am an antichrist, I am an anarchist, don't know the one, know how to get it, and I want to destroy passers-by, 'cause I wanna be anarchy.
Do you know what? I'm no massive fan of the Sex Pistols particularly. I'm sure at the time it was a moment. But, their music's crap, basically. That was incredible in that it made that song worse.
What are you saying, that you didn't need a folk remix of
Unbelievable.
Anarchy in the UK?
So what's really upsetting is I can't get past Nicholas Lyndhurst once again. Is that Nicholas Lyndhurst?
No. I'm going to have to give you a bit of a clue here, because actually this is a bit of a wild card. It is not one of the actors from our principal shows, but it is someone we've talked about.
What other episode have we done?
The
Halloweeny one. Okay, hang on. So I'm thinking of Bottom now.
Yeah.
I don't know that any of those actors are famous for doing folk versions of punk songs. I've never heard of that.
Well, that's why you don't know the answer to this question. Adrian Edmondson and his group, who are called the Bad Shepherds, I think.
Okay, I can sort of hear it's him. But honestly, if you were going to pick an Adrian Edmondson song, Bad News was the way to go. I would have got that. Comic Strip presents Bad News on tour. That's the greatest hour of comedy in the 1980s.
All right, let's give you a chance to redeem yourself here.
Reggae woman, drive me crazy.
Oh dear.
Keep on reggae. Keep on reggae. All the time.
Okay, I'm gonna hope that that's geez, I can't remember his name either. PC Gladstone.
You are correct. Yes, that's
Okay.
Rudolph Walker.
Thank you, Rudolph Walker.
The
That's
only
exactly what I meant.
non-racist answer of this question.
Oh God, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. I'm just relaxed now. Oh God.
Yeah, that's Rudolph Walker singing Reggae Woman in 1975.
Can I tell you something funny? The first couple of lines, I thought, oh God, Nicholas Lyndhurst, what have you done?
But yeah, so as I said, in the 70s, sitcom stars released singles, and that was Rudolph Walker, obviously was known for Love Thy Neighbour at the time. 1975, that, although it wasn't a comedy song particularly, it was just a mild novelty, I guess, that he was singing. Okay, let's have one more, we'll move on to some of the questions, see how we get on with this one.
Okay.
Hail, knight of the woeful countenance.
That's it, that's all you get.
So let me explain my thought process. This is what my thought process did. That's Nicholas Lyndhurst. Don't be stupid, Gareth. It's not always Nicholas Lyndhurst. It could be Simon Bird because he's got that high-pitched voice that we heard him sing the guitar song in The In-Betweeners 2. Mm-hmm. It's Nicholas Lyndhurst.
That's correct. It is Nicholas Lyndhurst. It had to be sooner or later.
Come on!
So that is Nicholas Lyndhurst. He appeared in Man of La Mancha with Kelsey Grammer as Don Quixote. A few years back. Wasn't a big success, as I understand.
That's an interesting connection. If you're ever doing your 7 degrees of separation, Kelsey Grammer to Nicholas Lyndhurst in one step. Who'd have thought it?
Easy. Okay, let's... I've got another quiz for you before we do some more music.
Can I ask one of mine?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, go for it.
So we talked a lot in this series about actors playing characters of different ages to them. Yeah. And so I thought we'd have a little game of who's the oldest. Now, I'm going to give you 3 actors, and what I want is their age, the actor's age, at the broadcast date of the first episode, right? So, for example, one of them is Ronnie Corbett in Sorry. So, how old, you don't have to answer this question, but how old was Ronnie Corbett when the first episode of Sorry went
52.
out? But I'm not asking for the numbers. What I'm asking, I'm going to give you 3, and I want you to put them in order, oldest to youngest.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So, here we go. The first list is Ronnie Corbett in Sorry, Andrew Sachs in Fawlty Towers, and Reg Varney in The Rag Trade.
Okay, so Ronnie Corbett, I reckon, was 52 when Sorry started. Andrew Sachs was 42, 43, and Reg Varney would have been 48, something like that. So where am I going? Youngest to oldest?
Well, it doesn't really matter. Oldest to youngest.
Okay. Corbett, Varney, Sachs.
No, I'm afraid not. Andrew Sachs was older than Reg Varney. So Corbett was the oldest. He was actually only 50 when the first episode of Sorry went out, playing Timothy Lumsden, age 41.
Yeah.
Andrew Sachs was 45, about 45 and a half, and Reg Varney was also 45, but about 3 months younger.
It's a tough one.
So that was quite a tough one. I've got another one.
All right.
Same structure, 3 different names.
Yeah.
So David Jason, Only Fools and Horses, Rowan Atkinson, Thin Blue Line, and Greg Davis in The In-Betweeners.
Ooh. Okay, so David Jason, Only Fools and Horses was 40, maybe 39 when it started. Rowan Atkinson, Thin Blue Line, about 42. I'm going to make him just slightly older. And Greg Davis, at the start of The In-Betweeners, was 47. So Greg Davis oldest, then Rowan Atkinson. No, hang on. No,
yeah, that's
I've
what
added,
you said.
Yeah, but I've added 10 years onto Greg Davis there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Rowan Atkinson oldest, then David Jason, then Greg Davis.
No, David Jason was older than Rowan Atkinson. Greg Davis was the youngest. You were right there. You put 10 years on him there.
I accidentally added. It's because I thought 1968.
1968 is correct. Yeah, that's when he was born.
Yeah, but
and
I thought
The In-Betweeners went out.
I just added 10 years on when for no reason.
The In-Betweeners went out in 2008, so he was 39. He was just short of 40.
Yeah.
David Jason was 41 when the first episode of Only Fools and Horses, and Rowan Atkinson was 40. So he was they were all pretty close. That was.
I thought Rowan Atkinson was like 42, 3, something like that.
Okay, that's it. That's good. Let's go back to the music round.
That's a good one. Good one. All right, before we do more music, here's another quiz for you. Okay, this one's called Sitcom Couples.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you the name of 2 sitcoms, and I want you to tell me the actors who are in them who are married in real life.
Or were married in real life.
Yes, or were. I think there might be one or two who are not technically married but long-term partners, but they're known couples.
That's fine. I'm feeling quite confident about this, actually.
Okay, I'm going to throw you an easy one just to set the tone here. Fawlty Towers and Fawlty Towers.
Right, okay. So that would be John Cleese and Connie Booth.
Yes.
All right, this is easy, this one. Go on, give me another.
Okay, let's see. I'll work through them, see if they get harder. Only Fools and Horses and Dear John.
Yep. So that's John Chalice and... Oh, my goodness, I can't remember... I was going to say I can't remember the name of the actress who plays, and I can't remember the name of the character either. The old lady at the back.
Jean Chalice. Jean
Yes,
Robertson, I think, maiden name was. Okay, next one. Dear John and Duty Free.
Yes. Ralph Bates and... Now...
Go on, remember that name.
No, I know the name, but it's Tim McAnany again.
Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Sorry.
Is Joanna Van Gizegum? Geisegum? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've got... I
don't know. I guess
know who it is.
Dutch. Geisegum.
Any of our listeners want to email in the correct pronunciation of Joanna Van Gizegum?
Yes,
just in text. Just email text. That's all we want. Thank you.
Okay, next one. Teenage Kicks and Let Them Eat Cake.
Now I've hit a wall because I don't really know either of those sitcoms.
Well, I have deliberately chosen their not very well-known sitcoms rather than their well-known ones to make this harder. I was wondering if you'd get it off the back of that.
Perhaps if you can give me a better clue for the same people. An easier clue.
Easier questions. Okay. The Young Ones and Absolutely Fabulous.
Oh, man, I could have got that. Adrian Edmondson and Jennifer Saunders. And I nearly guessed that, but I don't know Teenage Kicks, and I didn't want to sound foolish. What's Teenage Kicks?
It's about, a man in his 40s who was a punk, and now he's a dad.
Now he's singing folk songs.
But he's still a bit punkish. But it was based on a radio sitcom in which it was Adrian Edmondson and Ben Elton. But then when he went to TV, Ben Elton didn't act in it, and he was replaced with someone else. Okay. Mr. Digby Darling and Home to Roost.
Yes, I know this one. I know Mr. Digby Darling was the Peter Jones and Sheila Hancock sort of spin-off. So yes, Sheila Hancock and John Thaw.
Correct, yes, well done. Okay. Sorry and Come Back Mrs. Noah.
I'm not really familiar with Come Back Mrs. Noah, but I think I know this. It's William Moore and Molly Sugden.
Yes, so Come Back Mrs. Noah is a famously terrible sitcom which was, built around Molly Sugden and after she was a known entity.
Didn't William Moore and Molly Sugden make a sitcom together? My Husband and I. That's it, My Husband
Yes,
and I.
that's right. Yes, that's correct. Yes. Well, I didn't want to give you an obvious Molly Sugden one. I didn't want to make it too easy. But yeah, Come Back Mrs. Noah, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head, was directed by Bob Spears. It was the first show he directed, who went on to direct the second series of Fawlty Towers, and then a lot of stuff, absolutely fabulous, a lot of stuff for French and Saunders, and Spice World, the movie. Ooh. So, okay.
And nothing since, is that what you're saying?
Okay. Psychoville and Chef.
Okay. So Chef. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Dawn French and Lenny Henry.
Yes. Well
I'd forgotten that Dawn French was in Psychoville. Yeah, of course. I was trying to piece that together.
Again, trying to go for something a little less obvious.
No, that's great. That's a good one.
Okay, Tripper's Day and Keeping Up Appearances.
Tripper's Day. I know we've talked about that.
Okay, what if I replace Tripper's Day with Rising Damp?
Leonard Rossiter. Yes, that's Tripper's Day. And that was what he was making when he died, wasn't it?
That's correct, yeah. Well, it was the last one he made.
Oh, he'd made it, but it was going out on air when he died. I know you told me this, and I'm not going to remember. Oh, sorry, I can't remember. Who was he married to?
Josephine Cuson, which I admit is not the most famous name, but...
She's the neighbour. She's the neighbour in Keeping Up Appearances. Yes, I remember.
Done a bit of work with Ronnie Barker back in the day as well.
I get it.
Last one. Nighty Night and The Young Ones.
Nighty Night and The Young Ones. Right, so The Young Ones, we've not got that many people to choose from. Nighty Night, I can only just remember Julia Davis and Angus Deaton in that. Rebecca Front.
Okay, I'm going to have to give you a bit of a clue here because one of these people is not an actor.
Okay.
But they are connected with the sitcom. I would argue both of them aren't actors, but that's a matter of opinion.
Okay. No, I'm not going to get this, Alan. You have to put me on.
Okay, so Nighty Night is Angus Deaton.
Yeah.
And he was in a very long-term relationship. They have a child together with Lisa Meyer.
Oh, right. Okay.
Who is one of the writers.
Wrote The Young Ones, yes. I didn't know that. That's news to me.
Yeah, they were. For many years, all through the 90s and the whole. Oh dear, Angus Stevens.
I was just going to say, was that... Yeah, so was he married to her or with her when the whole scandal thing happened?
Yes, he was indeed, yes.
Oh, I see.
All right, let's have some more singing, shall we?
Let's
have a bit more of that. Let's see what we've got here.
A man has dreams of walking with giants to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his zeal has the chance to congeal.
I feel like I know that song. I recognise it, I think. Was that Andrew Sachs?
No, it's not. It's not. I see where you're coming from.
I'm just hearing Nicholas Lyndhurst again, so that's... I know we've already had him.
Look, you had... There are no more Nicholas Lyndhurst.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know who that was, Alan.
That was David Haig.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can hear that now. You said it, yep.
Yeah, in his role of Mr. Banks in Mary Poppins.
That's why I know the song, because it's from Mary Poppins. Yes, okay.
Okay, next one.
On Mother Kelly's doorstep,
I know this.
Down Paradise Road,
Very distinctive voice.
As your father.
I'd sit along a Nelly, she'd sit along a Joe.
Get out of my pub.
Yes,
that was Barbara Windsor, right?
Yes, it was singing on Mother Kelly's Doorstep, which is
It's
bit
a classic
of a musical
knees-up song,
favourite,
that, isn't it?
I think. Yeah, so that was from, again, I think it was just, hey, Barbara Windsor's quite famous, let's put a single out. Next one.
Annie, nothing in the world could ever make me leave you wanting, Annie.
Oh, my God, that was terrible. That sounded like a Lemonade advert.
I think this is the hardest one, because I don't think it sounds like them particularly.
Well, I think that style of music, that's the kind of late 70s, early 80s revival of 50s sound. And so I am going to guess... I'm trying not to say Nicholas Lyndhurst. I know it's not Nicholas Lyndhurst. I'm not guessing Nicholas Lyndhurst. I want to say Andrew Sachs again, just on the time scale.
Okay. No, you're wrong. I know what you're saying with the time scale, but you're actually a bit late. This song was released in 1974.
Okay. Is it David Jason? It doesn't sound like him, but you just said it doesn't sound like him.
No, that is Ronnie Corbett.
Really?
Yes.
I went high-pitched again. That's how incredulous I am.
I must admit, in the second verse, it's like you can tell a bit more that it's him, but yeah, it doesn't sound like him at all, even in a nice, crisp sound. You can hear it when you know, but yeah, Ronnie Corbett, a single, Fanny. It's not really a comedy song, but it is called Fanny. Okay, next one then.
I will never let you let me live. I promise I'm not lying. Go ahead, ask anybody who has seen me trying. I'm not going. If it seems like I did, I'm probably waiting outside. Such a stubborn man, you'll likely never meet another. When we have our family dinner, you can ask my mother. She's the best. You'll learn more about her on our family history test.
Is that Blake Harrison?
It is Blake Harrison. Well done.
Wow.
Just went straight to it. That was very good.
My thought process was it sounded like a younger fella. Or it sounded quite recent.
Yeah.
And then I picked him out of the four, basically.
So that's from the musical Waitress, which he was in for a while. And that was from some sort of promo thing they were doing. So that's not him at 100% performance. You know, they were just kind of doing it. Like, I don't want to judge too harshly on that. So that was Blake Harrison, who's done a bit of musical theatre in his time.
Well, you know how I feel about musical theatre. I'm quite happy to judge him.
Okay, here's another one.
Well, here I come, darlings. I've got to tickle your fancy with a little song and dancey. I've got to tickle your fancy all the time, all the time. I've got to tickle your fancy all the time. Now, I want you to listen carefully to this little song. So, gorgeous lyrics there. And here's the first verse coming up. Here we go, then.
Very camp. That was David Jason, wasn't it?
It's not, but you fell into my trap. I knew that was going to sound like David Jason.
It very much did.
It is. It's someone who I think is very similar to David Jason. Reg Varney.
Okay. To be honest, I nearly said him, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's Reg Varney in The Best Pair of Legs in the Business.
He was an old cabaret guy, music hall guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in that film, he's playing like a drag act. All right. I've got one last one for you, and I was worried you were going to be a bit disconsolate because you're rubbish. So I thought I'll throw you a gimme at the end here. So here, who's this?
When first I come to this country, no English I could say. They shout, why you no understand? I answer only, "Ke?"
No, I can't believe you cut that short. That's a classic. Well, that is Andrew Sachs in character as Manuel with his cover version of Shut Up Your Face.
No, it's not actually.
Was that the B-side?
No, yes, it is Manuel, but it's a different song. Yeah. You're not familiar with "Shut Up Your Face," the lyrics?
Clearly not.
That was Manuel's Good Food Guide, in which he talks about how he's learned to speak English good with words like quiche Lorraine, steak tartare, and very English words like that.
That's funny because they're not English words.
That is the joke. Well done.
Brilliant.
Repeat that
That's
4
really
verses and you've got
really good stuff. John Cleese didn't write that, did
he? Okay, I've got one more straightforward quiz for you and then some more audio stuff, okay?
Oh, I've got another similar to the older one.
Yeah, go on, you throw yours in.
Let me ask you this then. So we just did that round with who was the oldest. It's basically the same thing, but who was the youngest. So exactly the same, the actor and their age at the first episode broadcast date. So here we go. Nicholas Lyndhurst, Only Fools and Horses.
Okay.
James Buckley, In Betweeners. And Barbara Windsor in The Rag Trade.
Ooh. Okay, so Nicholas Lyndhurst... Only Fools and Horses was about 20. In fact, I think he was 19. James Buckley in The In-Betweeners was about 19. I'm going to go with 20. I'm going to say he was slightly older. And, wow, Barbara Windsor. That's weird because I just think of her as a fully grown woman, but I bet she was young. I'm going to say she was a bit older. So youngest, Nicholas Lyndhurst, then James Buckley, then Barbara Windsor.
You got it right, yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that's really good. So actually, it was harder. Lyndhurst and Buckley were both 20, and there was like 6 or 8 weeks between them in terms of age. So Lyndhurst was the youngest, James Buckley second, both 20. And Barbara was actually 24 on the first episode.
Okay, that's reasonable then.
Yeah. Okay, last one then. Same question. Now our three are Simon Bird in The In-Betweeners, Mina Anwar in The Thin Blue Line, and Sheila Hancock in The Rag Trade.
Okay, so Simon Bird, when The In-Between started, was like 23, I think. Mina Anwar, she must have been older than that. She's got that kind of older look, but I don't know if she actually was. I'm going to go slightly older. And Sheila Hancock, I reckon she was about 28 or something. So I'm going to go in that order. Youngest, Simon Bird, Mina Anwar, Sheila Hancock.
Very impressive, Alan. You not only got that correct, but you got 2 of the ages right as well. Simon Bird was 23, and Sheila Hancock was 28, and Mina Anwar was 26.
Yes. Nailed it.
Very good. Well done.
All right, I've got one more straightforward question quiz for you.
Okay.
So this is a sort of rapid fire one. It's just straightforward questions. You're going to give me a straightforward answer. And this quiz is called Memory Test. That's right.
Brilliant.
It's your favourite. These are all things we definitely talked about in our episodes. Can you remember them?
This is just going to be humiliating.
Okay, let's see how you get on. Which sitcom character was inspired by a man named Donald Sinclair?
Oh, Basil Fawlty.
Basil Fawlty is correct. Donald Sinclair was a hotelier who was very rude. Okay, on the back of that same prototype hotelier character was written by John Cleese into a script for which sitcom series in 1971?
Doctor in the House?
Ooh, so close. It was actually Doctor at Large.
Doctor at Large, yes.
Right thing. I'll give you a half a point for that. Okay, here's a little trivia fact we mentioned in one of our episodes, to see if you remember it. In 1964, Cambridge Footlights inducted their first 3 female members. One of them went on to be quite famous. Who is it?
Germaine Greer.
It is Germaine Greer, well done. Yes.
God, that one just came to me. Oh, I feel like I got blood rushing to parts of my brain.
Okay, next one. One of the American remakes of Fawlty Towers was called Amanda's by the Sea, or just Amanda's later on. But who played Amanda?
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur, well done, yes.
Yes.
Okay, this one seems quite hard, but I've got a feeling you're going to remember it. What university did Rowan Atkinson attend, and in what was his degree?
Was it Manchester?
No, there's a specific reason why you should remember this.
Was it Newcastle? It was Newcastle.
Yes, it was.
I can't remember what his degree was in, though.
His degree is in electrical and electronic engineering.
Oh, really? Did we talk about that?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna explain that, but obviously the listeners will remember. That's what I started my degree in. Didn't finish it. I started my degree in electronic engineering at Newcastle. How the hell have I not remembered that?
I don't know. That's what I thought.
That's not something that I've gone, oh yeah, of course. I've just completely forgotten that.
Yes, well. You didn't go on to do a master's degree at Oxford, did you?
I didn't go on to do the second year, mate.
Okay, here's something else we talked about in the show. I mentioned it. So one of Mark Addy's earlier sitcom appearances, and prior to The Thin Blue Line, was as one of a pair of brothers in a sitcom called Sunnyside Farm. But who played the other brother?
Yeah, I remember this. Who played the other brother? Oh, you played a clip and it sounded awful.
It was an accurate sound, yes.
I'm not going to... Oh, it's coming to me. Phil Daniels.
Well done, yes, it was Phil Daniels.
God, you actually saw my thinking in real time then.
Okay, what is the name of the short-lived sitcom written by Ben Elton, starring David Haig and Mina Anwar?
Well, presumably I'm not allowed to say The Thin Blue Line.
It was a one series.
I've got it. The Right Stuff.
No, not quite.
Oh, what was it called then? It was about a guy who was into health and safety.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called if it's not The Right Stuff.
Called
what was it?
The Right Way.
Yes, of course it was.
Yes, right, with the W, of course.
Because that was his name, which is a lovely little pun. Well done, Ben Elton.
Okay, you're definitely going to get this one or I'm leaving. Kevin Allen from The Thin Blue Line is now better known as a director, but what was the name of his debut feature film?
Twin Town.
Yes, well done.
Yes, which I love. And I said when we recorded that episode about Thin Blue Line, I said, I'm going to go and watch that again, and I haven't. I really should.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. Okay. Del Boy, Only Fools and Horses, obviously played by David Jason, but another actor was offered the role first and had to turn it down for scheduling reasons. Who was that?
No, I don't remember.
They went on to appear in Only Fools and Horses as a couple of episodes, as a guest appearance.
Oh, yes, I do remember. Jim Broadbent.
Yes, well done.
Yes.
Okay. Predating Butterflies by 9 months, which show marked the first sitcom appearance of Nicholas Lyndhurst?
No, don't know.
You sure? We definitely talked about this.
I know we talked about it, Alan.
A moody teenager.
I don't remember.
He appeared as the son of Fletcher in Going Straight.
Going Straight, yes. I do remember you telling me that now, but no, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay. So Ronald Chesney, one of the writers of The Rag Trade, but before becoming a writer, he was world-renowned for his playing of which instrument?
The harmonica.
Yes, well done. Very good. Okay. What is the name of the spin-off of The Rag Trade, which was set in the early 1900s? So it's a prequel.
The Good Old Days.
No, that is completely incorrect. Where have you got that from?
Listen, what I want to say... Let me tell you what I've got in my head. Here we go, explaining Gareth's thought process in real time once again. I've got in my head Wild Wild West, and I know that's not right. But it's something like that. There's a repeated word in it.
Much closer than The Good Old Days.
Tell me what the answer is.
Wild Wild Women.
Oh, there we go. I knew... Okay, all right. So I knew Wild Wild West was wrong.
But then you said The Good Old Days, completely unconnected.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's move on. What is the name of the 90s sitcom starring Miriam Karlin as a Jewish ghost?
Oh. I remember
I know you remember it, but what is it
Not
called?
only do I remember talking about it, but I remember watching it. No, I'm not going to remember, Alan. I'm sorry.
Yes. There's a tough one. It's called So Haunt Me.
So Haunt Me.
Yeah, what am I, chopped liver? Okay. What was the working title of The In-Betweeners? So when they did a pilot.
And it was a period, wasn't it? It was set in the 80s.
It was set in the 80s, and this name was a bit more appropriate for an 80s.
Yeah, and I can't remember.
It's a tough one, that. The answer there is Baggy Trousers.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I knew it was relevant to the period.
Last one. James Buckley appeared in the sitcom Orrible when he was 12 years old, but who was the star of that sitcom?
I know that one. That's Johnny Vaughan.
It is Johnny Vaughan, the well-known comedy actor. So, well done. I think you did pretty well there, actually. Your memory, not so bad.
I'm not sure that I did all that well.
You did all right. Come on.
I honestly hope these episodes are entertaining for our listeners, that they're playing along at home, and I hope they're doing better than me. Yeah.
All right, I've got one last quiz for you.
Okay.
And it's an audio-based quiz. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've found clips of people doing impressions of sitcom characters.
Oh, I like this.
So
I like this.
So first of all, tell me who the impression is of, but that's going to be pretty easy in most cases. So the real question is, who is doing the impression? Now these are all professional impressionists of some stripe. So
all right,
yeah, hopefully it will be achievable. Well, quite difficult, but here we go. Let's see what the first one is.
Manuel! See. Oh, there you are. Look, I want you to do something for me. See. Now, where are you going? Listen! It's important. I want you to vote for the Alliance. Okay. The Alliance! This Alliance? Well, no, the SDP, my party.
Okay. Right, so the sound quality's not that great on that. There's obviously someone doing Basil Fawlty, doing John Cleese doing Basil Fawlty.
Yes.
And it's dated by that reference to the Alliance, because John Cleese was campaigning for the Alliance, which was probably the 87 general election. Was it Angus Deaton?
Ooh, I can hear that, actually. Yeah, no, you're not right, but I like where you're coming from there, yeah.
No, go on then, who was it?
That was Rory Bremner.
Ah, okay.
As Basil, not one of his strongest.
Not one of his strongest. I've got a lot of time for Rory Bremner, but that wasn't great.
Yeah, definitely not one of his best. But I guess topical nature rendered it necessary. And Steve Steen as Manuel. Steve Steen was just one of the.
Yeah, I remember Steve Steen.
One of his cronies in that show. Yeah. Okay, that was quite a tough one. Let's see what we got next. This is a very short clip. This is the best clip I could find of it, but this is a classic. I will listen to this one.
I had a ploughman's lunch the other day. He was furious.
That's a good joke. That's a solid joke. Well, it's obviously Frank Spencer.
So obviously everyone did a Frank Spencer back in the 70s.
Exactly.
So this is someone who did a Frank Spencer in the 70s, but this clip is from much more recently. He was kind of reminiscing about his old act. So it's someone who's still famous and relevant today.
You see, it sounds like Phil Daniels. It can't be Phil Daniels, can it? He's not an impressionist.
No, but it's someone, someone who was around in the 70s, is still going today, but not someone who is not particularly known as an impressionist now, but that's certainly how they started.
No, I don't know.
I'll tell you this: they did a very good David Bellamy.
Oh, it's Lenny Henry.
It's Lenny Henry. Well done.
Yeah. No, I do remember him doing a lot of impressions in the 80s. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes. All right. Here's another one. Here we go.
There's a story attached to that cigarette case, you know, because my grandfather was shot in the Boer War, and the bullet was heading right for his heart. But luckily he had that in his breast pocket and it hit that instead.
Wow. Well, it saved his life.
Not exactly. The bullet ricocheted up his nose and blew his brains out.
Okay, so it's Grandad and Rodney.
Yeah.
But who's doing the impressions? Two separate people, is it?
Well, to be honest, the guy playing Rodney, I don't know who that is. He's the guy who plays... Yeah, well, I'll tell you who he is, but that's not who I'm looking for, basically. You're not going to know his name.
No, I've not got anything here. Do you want to give me some clue?
It might be a bit too much of a giveaway, but that is a clip from Only Fools and Horses, the musical.
Oh, okay. Right. Is it Phil Daniels?
No.
I don't mean Phil Daniels, do I?
But you're thinking because Phil Daniels played Grandad in Rock and Chips. That's why.
That's what I'm thinking of. Right. So now I think it's Paul Whitehouse, and I got the two mixed up.
That's correct. Yes. A good impression, the same material. That's my review of Only Fools and Horses, the musical. Okay, let's see who is next.
In our day, Harold, we used to have a great dance. We used to call it the Quaker dance. The Quaker dance, Peter? Yeah, the Quaker dance. Twice round the floor and then outside for your oats.
Again, that's a good joke. That sounded like Mike Yarwood to me.
It was, of course, Mike Yarwood doing both the steptoes. In fact.
Well, doing Mike Yarwood.
Yes.
No, it's a good enough impression. I got it.
Yeah. There's definitely a bit of Bob Monkhouse in there if you watch the video. He accidentally slips into his Bob Monkhouse affectations halfway through. Okay, this next one, I think is quite tough, but it might just be the right era for you. Let's say.
Must you always be a complete spasmo, idiot?
Oh, Jeremy!
prick hash burger.
Could you make that out?
I could tell it was the young ones, but you're not going to believe this, but I don't remember. I haven't got an answer here, but I've heard that before. Like, I remember that from 19 whatever it was.
It's the right era for you, yeah.
I have heard that before. I can't remember where or how. Go on, you're going to have to tell me.
That is Phil Cool.
Yes! Mate, I used to love Phil Cool. Phil
Really?
Cool. Do you know who Phil Cool is?
Oh, yes, but not only retrospectively, yeah.
He was a northern sort of stand-up comedian in the tradition of kind of Jasper Carrot, those coming from those folk club type things. And he was, his moniker was rubber-faced comedian Phil Cool.
Yes.
He used to do these sort of gurning, pulling faces, and so he did quite a lot of impressions that were more sort of caricaturish, really, rather than impressions. And yeah, I used to watch his sketch show, and I definitely remember that.
Yeah, I've watched a bit of Phil Cool, and yeah, maybe you had to be there at the time. I
was,
left me behind. Yeah,
just not aged well. Not aged well, but not in a U-tree way,
Okay.
Wish Alan Titchmarsh would come and do our garden.
What's wrong with our garden?
It's full of vegetables.
Organic vegetables?
Yeah, but you can't put organic vegetables in a vase in the toilet for when visitors come, can you?
So there's two people there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously royal family, and it's quite a good impression.
Yeah.
Is it from Dead Ringers? Is that John Culshaw? That's my question.
No. It's just a bit before Dead Ringers. One of the people who kind of ushered Impressionism back in.
Alistair McGowan.
Yes. So that was Alistair McGowan, and do you know his partner there?
Ronnie D'Ancona.
Ronnie Ancona, yeah.
Yeah, I nearly said Rona Cameron there, which is someone told me.
Yeah, Alistair McGowan and Ronnie Ancona, who were the principal stars of, I think it was just called Alistair McGowan's Big Impression, but Ronnie Ancona was in pretty much everything. So yeah, they're playing Dave and Denise in the royal family there, Caroline Aherne and Craig Cash. But that was from a series of sketches they did where it was the royal family, the sitcom, but with the royal family. As in, so that was Prince Charles and Camilla.
That's very clever.
It actually works really well. It is very clever.
So yeah, in audio it works on one level, and then you can see
exactly. Yeah. All right, here we go.
I'd try to be sophisticated.
Yeah, well, it hasn't worked, has it? You can stay with me here at the yard.
They're always dragging me down. Always dragging me down. I'm trying to be sophisticated, actually. Yes.
Don't leave me. Please don't leave me.
Oh, that's what you said.
I'll be nothing without you. Please don't leave your own dad.
Don't leave me, Harold.
I'm doing it.
Got it. I was just thinking that was very amateurish and they were talking over each other. Two people riffing. It's the trip, isn't it? It's Steve Coogan and come on, help me. You know who I mean? The other guy, the Welsh fella.
Rob Brydon.
Rob Brydon, thank you.
Yes, that's Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, the trip where they're sort of dueling impressionists. Steve Coogan stepping over Rob Brydon's Albert impression, but it was better, so fair enough. Here we go.
You must have loved her very much, sir, to undertake such a long-term relationship. Long-term? You've only been gone 20 minutes.
Right. It was a deep thing. Committed.
There's three.
That's really hard. First of all, that started with, it's obviously Red Dwarf, that started with the Crichton impression, and I thought it was Crichton. I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. It's going to be the Red Dwarf lads doing an impression of someone. So that was very good.
It's a good Crichton.
It's a really good Crichton,
generic
but the other two are rotten.
And a pretty weak cat. But all the same person doing those voices.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know. I'm not going to guess that.
So this is from an audiobook version of some Red Dwarf material. So it's just one person reading the whole thing and doing all the voices. And the person doing the voices is Chris Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
okay,
which is why I didn't include a Rimmer clip. But yes, he was a very well-known impressionist, Chris Barry.
He was a spitting image guy, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was. There's I found loads of clips of Chris Barry doing impressions.
But they weren't all that great, were they?
No, he was good. He was solid.
I'm thinking about Spitting Image. He had a Spitting Image. There was a problem after Red Dwarf came out, and you knew who he was. That you could hear him. You could hear him in all of the puppets. Yeah.
I think you find that with most people, though. I always find that with John Culshaw. I can always hear him.
I agree.
Okay, one last one. Let's go out with a bang here. See who this is.
Oh, one of the greats here, yeah, on the British Sitcom History podcast, yeah, nice little earner, special appearance, yeah, baby, Austin Powers.
There you go.
Well, that was the best of the lot. That was the Ricky Gervais impression from Saul, our Diminishing Returns friend.
Yes.
And that impression, I've said this before, that impression is rubbish, except that little laugh noise that he makes, which is 100% perfect. But unfortunately, that's not enough to carry it.
Yes, of course, that was David Brent. I'm sure Ricky Gervais would prefer to point out that is David Brent, not him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but yes, that is from the famous impressionist Saul Harris, who did a special appearance for us there. Only charged me £50 for that. Cameo it was. So that's all my quizzing. Well done.
Oh, well, that was fairly tense, but okay. No, look, I did enjoy that. I kind of I've abandoned any pretense of looking good in these episodes. I just try and roll with it and enjoy it. That was good. That was good fun.
Well, very good. I hope you at home managed to play along and got some of the answers. Thank you for listening, and we will be back quite soon. Series 3 is on its way.
Yeah.
Should be here fairly soon. We've still got a few more things to fill in.
We're working on it.
Christmas. All right. That's it.
Thanks. Bye.